Tonight I'm excited to show the latest work from Zingolabs. We have Zcubed, Zbrad, Zaino, and Zingocli. Let me show you the big picture here. They provided a nice PDF on our GitHub. So we start with Zebra, which is a full node, and then that connects into Zaino, which is the indexer, which then has the RPCs which go into wallets. In this case, we're going to be using Zingolabs Zingocli. So we have our Zcash user. He installs Zingolib, which will give access to the Zec so we can send and receive. That connects to the indexer Zaino, and obviously Zebra is the source of truth. It's worth noting that there's no more wallets on the full node itself. Next up, we are going to go into the installation. All right, notice how I'm installing Screen. That's a little program that allows you to easily rotate through different screens when you're installing stuff or you're running different programs. So the first thing you want to do is get Zebra installed. So what I already have it installed, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a screen just for Zebra. You do that by screen capital. Well, first, to show what you have already, you do the -R. To create a new screen, you do -S and then give it a name. And then now I'm going to start Zbrad. And please keep in mind, this does need to be fully synced. I have already synced this, so we will go to the next step more quickly. And just to show you, you have my Zebra screen running, and to go to a different screen, you hit Control-A, Control-D. All right, now next up, we need to install Zaino. So let's go ahead and do that now. Alright, so we're going to git clone the indicated Zingolabs repository. We're going to change directory into Zaino, and then we are going to run this command, cargo build -- release, and we'll be right back after it compiles here. Alright, now that it's complete, what we need to do is make sure the binary is being able to find or found in our terminal. It's not, so we need to use this path command, which just tells your terminal where to find the binary. That way you don't have to type out the full path. So now you just type in which, Zaino, D, and it should be able to find where it's located. Bam. So the last step here is we are going to create another screen. This time we'll name it Zaino so that we don't get mixed up with our other screen. So we'll go clear screen -large, or yeah, make sure we have it, and then Zaino, and we are ready to, with our command, zanod -config, but actually we need to modify this toml file. So we can use nano for this, and the only thing that you want to change here is the port. It's set for testnet, so just change that to 8232, and that will allow the Zaino to connect to your Zebra node. So save that, and now we should be able to start up Zaino. Zanod -config, and then the location of your toml file. Since we're in the proper folder, we can just type it straight out. Alright, what do we see? Oh yes, there was an update to the latest Zebra that added cookie authentication, so we actually need to turn that off for this to work properly. So the way you do that, first let me pull up my, so you can see right here, the we need to have it, our Zebra D, we need to add this into our Zebra D toml. So I'm going to need to turn off Zebra temporarily so we can pull up our screen here. We're going to Control C it, stop it. And once this is stopped, we will go into where our ZebraD Tomo file is saved and change that config. So I believe it's in the .config folder, which is hidden in most Linux distros. And yeah, there it is, zbrad.tlml. And there should be a RPC section down where we can modify, yeah, right here. Okay. Now do keep in mind in the demo Tomo file that's provided, it's in the wrong format. So you see how it says RPC dot? You need to get rid of that because it needs to be underscores. So enable underscore cookie underscore auth equals false. Save it. And if I am not mistaken, that should be enough to get us running. So go back to our or restart our Zebra, and we will now go into Zaino to start it up. Alright, so we're going to go Zaino D -- config, and we're going to load the Tomo file, and success. Notice how we have the node is using IP4 connected at 8232, and the ingester is out port 8137. So now we are ready to go to the next step, which is install Zingo CLI. First step is you're going to git clone in the link provided. It's over on the Zingolabs repository. Let me go ahead and just do this real quick, copy and paste. And we're going to cd into the Zingolib, and we will go ahead and issue the cargo build command, and I'll be right back as soon as it's ready. Now, as you can see, I did get an error, and what the way I fixed this was this Rust up update, and with the latest Rust update, it was able to compile just fine. So, alright, everything's compiled. What we want to do is, yet again, create another screen. This time, we'll call it Zingo. And let's get this loaded. Alright, so we need to make sure we find the binary. I think it's in the target release folder. Yes. So cd into the correct path for the binary, and we're going to run it with server -- server. We're going to do localhost at the port 8137, and I also recommend specifying your data dir. So in my case, I used an external. I just think it's easier, and that way you don't have to sync up every time. So we'll go ahead and do this. Just use my old Toshiba. Create a folder, Zaino data. You can put whatever you'd like. And there you go. Creates a wallet connected to Zaino on the local host, which is connected to Zebra. So what do? Let's go to help. Give us the commands that we can run. And first thing we want to do is find our address so that I can send some funds. What I'll do is I'll send a little bit of ZEC to this address from my phone so that we can make a test transaction. I'll do that right now while this is displayed. And there we go. Now that we have the funds, what I'd like to do is do the quick send, which, if we don't know what that does, you go help quick send, and it gives you a quick example. You go quick send the address, the amount, and then your memo. So what I want to do is go to Zec pages, and we'll do this in a public way. We'll go ahead and grab the public Z address that is on Zec pages. Here it is. Go ahead and copy this. Go ahead and paste our command. So a quick send, and then our address. And then our memo is Zingolib Zaino tutorial. Go ahead and send this. Oh yeah, before I send this, I wanted to show you guys, we still have Zebra running in the background in our screen. We still have Zaino running at a separate screen as the indexer. And lastly, we are running Zingo command line interface to actually send this transaction. What did I do wrong? Oh, I forgot to add the amount. So we need to do, it looks like it shows it in Zats, which is a little confusing. So keep that in mind. So I sent looks like what, 2 million Zats. So I will send 100,000 Zats with this transaction, and that should do it. Invalid. Ah, shoot, I forgot to space it correctly. Here we go. Send empty list. Looks like this might be a bug, but I will try this again. I should work. Let me just make sure my balance is there. Yes. Let me try one more time. And let's go. Perfect. Alright, so it looks like it worked. We did get a transaction ID. So to confirm this, I will plug this into a Block Explorer and we will verify. Let me do a quick search for Zcash Block Explorer. Here we go. I like, this will work. Here we go, 3xpl. Paste it. And oh good, we already got a confirmation. So that's it. We have officially sent our first Zbrad plus Zaino plus Zingo CLI, aka Z cubed transaction. And we can also list the details through the Zingo CLI by hitting messages. You can see I have my demo funds that I sent from my phone, and obviously the Zingolib Zaino tutorial transaction I just sent. Alright guys, thanks.